heard your cries, Guggen Nation, but too much of a good thing is bad for your health. So we're only doing this once a week. Buckle up, baby. It's time for E.T.N. Brought to you by Lloyd's Construction and Consulting, providing first-class construction services on 1010XL.
You ready to listen to a story about a man named Jed, Jeff Prosser?
I'm ready to invite Jed to be today's guest, Guggen Judge.
Heck yeah.
That counts.
Jed's never heard that.
Yeah.
What's up, Jed?
What's up, guys?
How
Hey,
are
Jed.
you?
Good morning.
I'm doing fantastic.
Beef, tell him what he's won.
Jed, for his efforts today, is going to go home with a $25 gift card from Scrubbles Car Wash, get his car all spiffied up. And he'll also get a pair of tickets for Do It Again, the music of Steely Dan, coming up this Saturday, the 15th at 8 p.m. over at the Florida Theater. You can pick up tickets online or at the Florida Theater box office.
Well, there you go. Isn't that
Boom.
exciting?
All right, Jed, you know how the game's played. Let's kick it off, Beef.
Let's get it on.
Round one.
Round one, I think the question that's on everybody's lips right now, based off of the worst kept, maybe
On
the
my
second,
lips.
the second worst kept secret in the NFL behind
Did you just duck lip me?
Trevor Lawrence going number
Being
one.
duck lipped.
He
I
did.
should get a point
Is he
for
taking
that.
a selfie with the duck lips?
What is that?
That's the go-to.
Stop it.
Is the report that Tim Tebow will sign a one-year deal here as a tight end with the
One-year deal,
Jaguars.
how much is he getting, Beef?
$100 million.
Okay.
1 year, all guaranteed.
All right.
All counts against the cap. We're in trouble suddenly. But the question is, I mean, it's a flyer. What are the odds that he actually makes the 53?
The odds that he makes the 53, I wouldn't bet against Tim Tebow. He's got an in with the head coach. I'm fairly certain they have a plan already, and they're not exactly loaded at the tight end position. So those are the factors working for him. Now, if the Jaguars turn around and make a trade for another tight end, then the numbers game starts to become a problem here. A lot depends on what Tim's willing to do, and I don't think it's just a tight end spot. Obviously, he's going to play, kind of like an H-back role, and willingness to play special teams, et cetera, I suspect would factor in.
Yeah, I would not also overlook the fact that I promise you, if they do sign Tim Tebow, if they determine that at the age of 34 when the season starts that he's got enough to help them, he's going to be in that Wildcat formation too. They're going to let him try and barrel ahead for that yard and a half like he's done for most of his career. Look, you hit on the one point, though, that screams his best chance, and that's the position itself. I mean, think about this. They signed a tight end in free agency, the man-hurt steamroller. They drafted a tight end, Luke Farrell. And if Tim Tebow makes the team, he'll probably catch more passes than either one of them. And that says a lot.
Yeah, even if he does make the 53-man roster, I don't think he gets much playing time. Definitely won't get more receptions than those two other tight ends. I'd say Winter Dan.
Round two.
Dime bet, Jed. I'll dime bet you.
Dime
wow.
bet.
Considering Manhurts will catch like 2 all year and Farrell may not play, I wasn't trying to – I was speaking to their production more than his.
Round two.
I am pumped.
It seems like, again, there's a lot of smoke surrounding this Aaron Rodgers situation.
You know where there's smoke?
There's potentially fire.
That's correct.
Including reports yesterday that the Broncos are ready to make a run at Rodgers should the Packers be willing to make a trade.
Yep.
So, now that we're at May 11th, I'll recheck with you guys. Do you think Aaron Rodgers will be suiting up for someone else next year? And do you believe that would be Denver, if it's anyone?
Jeff, it sounds like Beef is trying to take the temperature of the room here.
Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Well, I would say this.
Check.
Yeah, I would say he wouldn't only because of Aaron Rodgers' personality. This is a guy who's very willing to give up his family, much less his football team. So there's nothing emotionally that you can appeal to Rodgers with. The only way he stays, and this is a money play. This is a money play more than anything else. Aaron Rodgers wants to guarantee that if he stays in Green Bay, he's going to be able to play the next 3 or 4 years, and they're not going to all of a sudden on their timeline promote the former first-rounder Jordan Love. The Love draft pick looks worse than ever in the prism of this situation. You drafted a guy in round 1, and your quarterback wants to leave. That should help manage things better, and it's not because there's no confidence at all that Love is even ready to play.
Well, it also looks worse because the Packer GM, who must be his biggest supporter, Love's biggest supporter, Brian Gutekunst, came out and said he's not near ready to play. So, and I don't know why he said that, other than speaking the truth, but that's not a good sign if you're up there in Pack land. on the flip side of that, if beef is taking the temperature, I'll stand by what I said from day one, and I don't think Aaron Rodgers is playing for the Packers. He's a weird dude. He's made up his mind. I don't think he's going to play with the Packers, and I think the Packers are going to have to trade him and move on. So I look for that to happen this summer. It won't happen in the next couple weeks, but I think it happens this summer. I think Aaron Rodgers is taking his last snap for Green Bay.
Does have to be after June 1st, or they don't save any money.
Winner, Jeff.
Oh, dear.
Round 3.
Heavens to Betsy.
Round 3, shifting gears to the association, where as it stands right now, just taking a quick glance at the standings.
Biggest Knicks-Lakers game in 48 years, I'm told.
Well, the Lakers currently sit in the 7 hole.
It's not because of the Lakers either.
Game and a half back of Portland, still firmly planted in the play-in. LeBron James reportedly will come back tonight. So
man.
if you had
take
to
another day.
If you had to guess, would you say the Lakers will remain in the play-in, or will they find a way to dig themselves out?
Well, there's not a lot of time left here, boys. Portland has a trip to Utah and a trip to Phoenix, though, in a game against Denver. So there's your advantage right there for the Los Angeles Lakers, who get the Knicks, Houston, Indiana, and New Orleans. So to answer your question, yes, they will dig themselves out based on the schedule, period, and LeBron being back. So, yeah, they'll. But again, just moving up to 6 ain't all that. Just getting out of the play-in where they would have won that anyway with a healthy LeBron and AD makes for interesting theater. But, yeah, they will. They will dig themselves out.
Boy, I don't know, Hick. There's not 10 games left. There's 4 games left, and Portland has the tiebreaker. And they're a game ahead already in the loss column.
Yeah.
But I don't care if they make it up into it or not. It doesn't matter. The Lakers aren't the Lakers unless they're playing with LeBron and AD, and they've not done that in 3 months. And once they do, a play-in, schmay-in, they'll destroy whoever they play. What, the Grizz going to give them a game? All of a sudden, suddenly you're worried about the understaffed Golden State Warriors if you're at full strength? So if I'm the Lakers, I wouldn't play LeBron tonight either. I want to be completely healthy when I get to the real part of the season that matters, the postseason. I'm the defending champs, and I'm better this year than I was last year. So no. I'm not concerned at all about the Lakers. I'm not concerned if they go through the play-in or not. They're going to be in the Western Conference Finals either way.
Winner, Jeff Rowe.
Oh, now it's Jeff
Round
Rowe.
4.
Oh, dear.
Got a friend.
Bodine.
What just happened?
Going back. The Wayback Machine.
Oh, boy.
Homeboys.
Pickle.
Round 4.
Yeesh.
You guys both fancy yourselves diehard baseball men. So I'll ask you this. The gang over at ESPN kind of kicked around some of the big questions lingering with baseball. Obviously, they've got an issue with getting eyeballs on their sport right now, and to a degree, and or at least young eyeballs on their sport.
Yeah.
And I guess the question, seems like the 2 biggest questions they ask is, what's the issue? Is it a competitive balance issue, or is it the pace of play? As a lot of kids like to say, that baseball is boring.
Yeah, and the pace of play doesn't make it any less boring. It doesn't. Listen, sports in general, is basketball boring? It's got the lowest ratings it's ever had in the finals last year, and that's with LeBron and the Lakers. For whatever reason, whether it's not being picked up because people are streaming their options, this baseball dying, from a fan's perspective, this isn't a 2020 story. This is a 2010 story. The overall love of baseball, the passion for baseball, the baseball's position as America's pastime is over. In fact, it's become now almost a single-stream sports world in America. It's the NFL and everything else fills time until there's an NFL game to watch.
Well, there's a couple things. One, baseball ratings are up this year, so that's good. The Sunday night game's been up 33% over the first 2 or 3 Sunday night games, so that's a positive. They're up, and I mean, they're up big now, so maybe fans are coming back to sports. But I've never quite understood the pace of play question. Yes, if you're not a baseball fan, baseball is boring, but there's nothing you can do to speed up the game. They've tried. There's nothing you can do. It's going to take at least 2.5 hours. You can't, if you shave 4 minutes off a game on average, or 6, it makes no sense to me to sit there and kick around things in some think tank and trying to shave. Last year, the MLB games averaged 3 hours and 11 minutes. This year, they came in at a much quicker 3 hours and 8 minutes. So what? It's still a long game. It's baseball. So it's almost like one of those sports where you either, if you grow up with it, you understand it and you love it, or if you don't, it's not like it's hard to become a baseball fan once you become an adult, I guess what I'm saying.
Winner, Dan.
Yeah!
Welcome to round 5, and prepare to die.
The old Mike Dean way back in the day about we're going to go to, we're going to go to Michigan, and we're going to go,
He was very excited.
I thought it was
About
more
the road
kind of
trip.
I thought it was sort of a rhyme or yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. A little 1 foot on the brakes.
I found
1 foot on the
I
gas.
found it shrill and offensive.
Oh, sorry.
1 foot on the brake and 1 on the gas.
Yeah!
That's fair.
That's kind of what I thought it was.
Lastly,
But I could go with the Duke if you want to.
round 5. I'm going to ask you guys to put on your hats as part-time mock drafters, as all of our favorite outlets are now cranking out their way too early 2022 mock drafts. So I'm going to ask you this. Just based on the 2 big ones that have come out, one from CBS, one from ESPN, your guy McShay, Dan, you know you love him.
Mm-hmm.
2 different quarterbacks are on these boxes, the first off the board.
Mm-hmm.
McShay had Slovis out of USC as the first quarterback off the board. Meanwhile, our favorite guy, Crazy Chris, over at CBS, his first quarterback off the board was Spencer Rattler. So my question to you guys, will it be one of those 2 guys projecting forward, or will someone emerge like a Joe Burrow?
2 things here, Beef, Jeff, and
Yes,
Jed. Am I correct in hearing this question, Prosser? Is Beef asking us a mock draft 2022 question?
I am.
Is that what's just happened here?
I am. Well, we sit tighty with the number 1 quarterback this year.
Okay, that's fine. I
We're
just
in
wanted to
good
make sure
standing.
I understood what.
I'm asking.
And you're asking who I think the first quarterback would be?
It always seems like
I'll do this. I'll make this pretty simple.
2
dude.
years ago we didn't know who Joe Burrow was. He emerged, but this year everybody knew it was Trevor.
Yeah, listen, I am no way will ever endorse Crazy Chris Trapasso and use it. Listen,
he's our
you
friend.
may not like Todd McShay, but Todd McShay has some resume. I don't know who Crazy Chris Trapasso is other than Jeff Prosser once
CCT.
calling him crazy, glossing him Crazy Chris Trapasso because he's a moron.
It's a sweatshop
so if this
foreman.
moron is picking somebody who, by the way, is probably not he's not the biggest guy in the world. He's not as quick as Kyler Murray. I'm hesitant to go with Spencer Rattler over Slovis, and I'll also take the kid from Carolina ahead of him. And in fact, I'd be willing to almost bet Crazy Chris Trapasso anything he wants that Spencer Rattler will not be the first quarterback taken. But that's just me. Thank you.
Wow. What was the question again, B?
Thank you for having me.
The question, would your best bet be that this will be like a Joe Burrow type year where someone will emerge, or will it be like a Lawrence year where one of those guys will be the guy?
I know. If you're only giving me Slovis and Rattler, I mean, Matt Corral and JT Daniels could very easily be substituted for those exact 2 names. I mean, Spencer Rattler is not some outrageous selection. I don't think any of those guys right now look like you want to have them at the top of the draft. And it speaks again to the unbelievable fortune that finally shined on the Jaguars. We lifted up the tail, and the rear end finally got some sunshine on it because not only did we tank into the number 1 draft pick, but we happen to sandwich it into the perfect year to get the best available guy, and we don't have to worry if Zach Wilson or Justin Fields is going to be better. We don't have to worry about Spencer Rattler or Matt Corral. We got Trevor, and so we won't pay attention to quarterbacks and where they're mocked for years.
Trevor Town, baby. Winner, Jeff.
Yes, sir.
I mean,
Quiet confidence.
How?
I don't know what to tell you.
What are we doing?
Do better.
Minute and a half answers.
Do better.
Beef. What are we doing?
I
don't know.
I mean, he just goes on and
better.
on and
Do
on and
better.
on at the end of round 5, and he won't shut the hell up. He just won't stop.
Jed, you did good work.
Jed,
Don't listen to
hey,
him.
Jed, I hope you
here
love
go.
the Jags.
Here we go. I'm gonna.
Yeah, Jed. Yeah, Jeff, you're the greatest.
Let's turn him down.
I mean,
sore loser.
what are we doing? What are we doing
He
here,
told you
people?
his strategy.
I don't know what to
We
tell
answer
you.
the question in 10 seconds,
He
or we
flat
don't
out-
listen to Jeff
He
drone
flat out
on
told you
his
in a
strategy.
boring and awful way.
Unbelievable.
Which ruins the program.
Unbelievable.
We're going to have to take a
Yeah.
hard look at
the
this
mirror.
E.T.N.
Study
thing on
for it.
Tuesdays.
I mean, maybe the
and maybe
mogul-
knock this thing out.
You're too-
It's absolutely
I was thinking we go back down 5
Maybe
days
you're
a
just
week.
too distracted by all of your
we
activities.
may go every
you know?
other week now.
You know, maybe-
it might become like the Murphy Power Hour.
Maybe,
brought to you by
maybe
GT Partners.
instead of focusing all your energy on podcasts,
It's time.
you'll study up for ETN
It's time
every
to
now
put
and
an
then,
end to this
you know?
nonsense.
Instead of rubbing elbows
I mean,
and
here's a
name
guy
dropping Tom
who sat
Coughlin.
there
Can
and
you kill
told
his
me,
mic? Because I won.
"Hey, Hick,
Can you kill his mic?
the Braves
I
are
won.
going over 500
This This guy's
today.
unbelievable.
So last night I looked. Did the Braves win? The answer's no. They didn't play.
This guy's
They
unreal.
didn't play.
I mean,
damn it.
so this is how it works with E.T.N. When you win, you don't shut up. And when you lose, you don't shut up. Why do I play, Beef? Oh, I know. To win every week.